supremacists against indigenous, black immigrants from other places, whether they be from the Caribbean or Africa. And most black Americans didn't have no problem with immigrants. Hell, we even tried to, unify with a lot of Africans to build a camaraderie, to build a link with Africans and Caribbeans. However, due to the system, the white supremacist system, they always need to create this buffer. They always need to create this buffer of people, and the better weapon they can use when they can weaponize black people from the Caribbean and in Africa to do their dirty work. So what they do when they bring these immigrants over, I believe they keep some that they know that's radical, that can radicalize black people out. They wouldn't bring nobody over here like Marcus Garvey or even Ibrahim Traoré. They wouldn't bring no Africans over here like that because they know they're inspiring black people to rise up. No. They bring coons over here and coonettes from the Caribbean and Africa over here that they know that's going to do their dirty work. Now, when you find out that the most of these people that you see talking grimy about black people, if you ever pay attention to these people that talk about grimy about black people, you'll find out a lot of these people are not even FBA. They're not even from here. They're not even from America. So the first thing they start talking about is black people do crime, black Americans do crime, yada, yada, yada. Like I said, don't even know the gist of why you have all this crime and poverty in the black community. Like I said, they go running their mouth, and then on top of that, they get set out there to be crash test dummies, being the mouthpiece for white supremacists. And then, like they said, when they get caught up and jammed up, first thing white supremacists do is cut their ass loose and break their tools. This Jamaican immigrant woman is no exception to that rule. We always have these tethers, as Tariq Nasheed call them, tethers come over here and talk grimy about black Americans. They come over here and talk grimy about black Americans, not knowing that the same now that, you know what, this is now another reason that I like why Donald Trump in. Because I'm going to tell you why. It ain't nothing against Jamaican brothers and sisters or brothers from the diaspora. But I'm glad he stopped this shit, because that means we won't have a lot of coons, the coons that couldn't make it over there, all the fleers that couldn't do nothing over there in their countries coming over here. They wasn't doing nothing over there. They wasn't doing nothing over in their countries that productive. They wasn't doing nothing in Trinidad, Tobago, in Jamaica, Barbados, Antigua. They wasn't doing nothing over there in Africa, Nigeria, or Senegal, or Ghana. Nothing against people from over there, but we get these people that couldn't make it over there, couldn't cut it, the fleers that couldn't cut it over there, so they get to America, and the United States know which ones to bring over. Believe me. Because we already know that the State Department used to tell all these immigrants, don't mess with black Americans, this and that, and they sell this seed of the divisiveness with the blacks that's coming from the Caribbean and Africa. They the one who created this problem. Even Ibrahim Traoré called this out. So they couldn't do nothing over there, but they get over here, and then they get over here, and if it wasn't even for us, they wouldn't even be over here. If it wasn't for FBA putting bills that, during the civil rights movement to let all them in, they wouldn't even be over here. None of them would be able to come over here. Now, a lot of them was talking grimy like her, this woman up here on the thumbnail, talking grimy, and now she lost her job. Good, bitch. She should lose her job. Now she's up here asking for donations, begging people to help her. Because she was being a mouthpiece for white supremacy, being their mouthpiece, because I always tell you, white supremacy they'll find useful tools amongst immigrant populations to do their dirty work, to say what they want to say that they are too afraid to say. Like I said, this is why I'm against freedom of speech. But see, this is why I'm glad Donald Trump in. This is why I'm glad, because he put a cap on that shit. And then on top of that, everybody think he just deporting Mexicans. Or people from Venezuela say, oh no, he's deporting a whole lot of these motherfuckers, sending them back. And you know what? That's why you have all these other immigrants. They ain't just Mexicans. Now you got a lot of the fleers, I call them the fleers, who fled their country, who couldn't make it over there, who couldn't cut it over there. Now they up there, now all of them, the same ones that were talking shit about us, asking us where we at marching for them. Now all these immigrants like her on this thumbnail, asking us, where you all at? We need your help. Nah, we good, we gonna stay out of this. Remember, we criminals and all that kind of shit. We criminals. So now, these same immigrants, see, I ain't really tripping off the Mexicans. I ain't tripping off them. You know, but when you got Africans and Caribbeans talking grimy about us, and the only reason why they over here is due to certain bills we passed for them to come over here during the civil rights movement. They wouldn't even be here, because they wouldn't let Africans and Caribbeans over here in mass. They wasn't letting y'all over here in mass. And if you did come over here, you have to be, they'll tell you got to do this, that, for us. So they said deal. So you had a lot of these immigrants, black immigrants, come over here talking grimy about us. And then when white people break them tools, all of a sudden now they want to come ask us for forgiveness. No, ain't no walking back. Ain't no walking back. Stay in that lane that you was in, talking shit about us, and ICE is knocking on your door. Or ICE arresting you, or ICE take you back. Oh, that's just too bad. We can't help you, because we criminals and shit. All FBA black Americans, we criminals and all that kind of shit. Yeah, we criminals.